Hello again. Okay, so if you can't tell from the title, this is a video all about bronzers. When I first started my channel, back whenever that was, I did a video all about bronzer, but my camera quality is a lot better now and I use better lighting and all of that, so I figured I should just redo it because bronzers are one of my all-time favorites and why not? So what I'm going to do, I have I think about 6 different bronzers. I'm going to swatch them for you. I have pictures of them all. I'm going to talk a little bit about what they're good for, what they're bad for, and just the different types and their uses. So I'm just going to get started. So the first bronzer I have is one of my all-time favorites. It was my holy grail bronzer for a very, very long time, and it's from Avon. Looks like this, and it's in the color Beachy. Okay, this is what the product actually looks like. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. There's quite a dent in this product. I've used a ton of it. One of my favorite things about this bronzer is that it is completely matte, and the powder itself is very, very velvety. I'm a big fan of Avon makeup, overall. That's a swatch on my finger. Hopefully you can see that, and I will show it to you on my hand, of course, because it's better to see it sometimes on a bigger piece of skin. That's that right there. Sorry, I've transferred some powder on me. Um, as you can see, it's nice and it's completely matte, but it doesn't look like cakey and horrible. It pulls a little bit orange on my skin tone, and I'm pretty yellow, so most things don't really look orangey on me, even if they are orangey. That's a drawback. When I'm tan in the summer like I am now, I really can't pull this color off because it is too orange. That being said, having a matte bronzer is a great idea because even at this point of the year, when I'm a bit tan, and this really is probably lighter than my skin tone at this point, or about the same color, it's a nice matte color to just kind of contour with. I don't know why I need to show you that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but I wouldn't put it all over, like where you normally think of bronzer, like up here on your nose, on your chin. I wouldn't put this here because it pulls a little bit orange. It is okay for the winter. But I can highly suggest that everyone own at least one matte bronzer, and they're really not that easy to find. Most bronzers have some sort of shimmer in them. So that's this one. This bronzer, I guess we'll stay with the theme, is also from Avon, and it looks like this. Minerals in the color bronze, and it's just a loose mineral bronzer. That's what it looks like in the package. When I first got this, I was obsessed with it and thought it was the best thing I ever tried because I don't know, I just did. I just thought the color looked great and looked natural. The problem with this is that it oxidizes like crazy. That's what it looks like on my middle finger. Sorry to flip you off. And it looks kind of pretty when I swatch it on my hand. It does have some shimmer in it, which you can see. You can see the shimmer there, and it is a bit lighter. But it's a nice, like, kind of warm color bronze. It's not orangey really, but it oxidizes terribly throughout the day. So we'll even see if perhaps by the end of the video this will probably turn bright orange. I put it all over my face one day, like not all over, but a lot of it, on the places where you put bronzer. I took a mirror with me outside when I was at work to check my makeup, and I was like orange everywhere. It was atrocious. So um, just be careful. Like, there's really no way to know unless someone warns you. So I'm just warning you. This is a nice product, but I would only wear it if you just need your makeup to last for a couple hours because this will oxidize and turn quite orange. That's what it looks like. But again, this doesn't have too much shimmer in it. And this is a nice winter color for me because in the summer, that's really too light. Like, I don't know if you can tell my coloring with the lighting and all, but these bronzers, especially that one I just swatched, the loose one, it's about the same color as me at this point. So it doesn't really do much for me. The next bronzer I'm going to show you is the newest in my collection, and it's the Too Faced Endless Summer Sun Bunny Bronzer. It's absolutely gorgeous, like to look at, and it's not as pretty anymore because I've been using it a lot, so I swirl my brush around the whole thing. But it is dual-sided. There's the lighter side over here, the darker side over here. It has quite a bit of sheen to it. I wouldn't say it's glittery, but it does have quite a sheen. It's absolutely lovely, though. It's like, this is a gorgeous color. This is a kind of a nighttime bronzer, I find. You can see right there in the light, it's pulling extremely gold, and it definitely is. And when you see it swatched against the other two, you'll see how much more gold. That's the one closest right there to my bracelet. You see that is extremely gold compared to the rest. Um, the thing with a bronzer that has this much sheen is that you need to be really, really careful where you apply it. You can't apply it all over because it is just going to look like it's going to make you look like just a glowing, oily, sweating disaster. I find when I can't really put this on my forehead because it just makes me look like I have a band of shine, even if I just put it around my hairline. It's nice on my cheeks, even kind of in the backs and underneath. It's pretty there. But that's kind of all I can wear it. I can't really wear it all over my face. It's just kind of a cheek bronzer, but it's a lovely, lovely color. But to me, it's almost a blush. Like when I think of bronzer, I think of a brown product that kind of makes you look tanned and nicely contoured. And this is really just more of a pretty golden blush almost. What I'm going to show you, I can say, is definitely becoming a fast favorite, and it's from Tarte. This is the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. This came in my beauty in the box. This is kind of a miniature size, like a deluxe sample size, but I do have a lot of bronzers, so it'll last. And that's what the color looks like. They describe it as kind of a nice milk chocolate bronzer. And you can definitely see the brown in it as opposed to some of the other ones. One of my favorite things about this is the powder is just completely, I mean, it almost feels like cream. Like, can you see where I swirled my finger in it? Like, do you know what I mean when I say a creamy powder? It's just, it's really, 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 really nice formula. That's what that looks like. And I will swatch that here above my bracelet. This definitely has a little bit of a different tone than the other ones. But now that I'm tanner, I can see this is going to be a really nice winter and fall bronzer because this isn't actually even dark enough for me at this point. Now, if you had a lot fairer skin or didn't tan at all, then all these bronzers obviously would work for you year round. So that's that one right there. You can see that's an awkward place to swatch it. It does have the golden in it, but it's got a little bit more brown as opposed to the other ones. You see, it's more of a almost a beige taupe color compared to these ones, which are kind of orangey and then very, very gold. And again, that's it on my finger if you can get a better idea. It's almost like a melted chocolate with a golden sheen. It's really, really pretty, and I can highly recommend this bronzer for pretty much all skin tones. It's not shimmery. It does have a little bit of a sheen, but it's not like a crazy metallic gold. It's just really, really, really pretty. This is a really nice nighttime blush because blush, bronzer. It just kind of gives your skin a lovely glow without being like overwhelmingly metallic. Onto the wire, I only have three more. This one is from Serious Skincare, and it's called the Shimmering Bronzing Powder in the color Riviera. As you can see from the photograph, it's broken. It's been broken since I got it, which is really irritating. And this is what it looks like close up on camera. It's gorgeous. When I got this, I was ecstatic with how it looked. It's just so beautiful. Um, it's not wearable. Not for me, at least. I do use it, but I use it as a blush. It's not a bronzer. It is not. That's what it looks like on my finger. This just looks like a beautiful bronze gold eyeshadow. And I'll show you that one. Put it right over here so you can actually see it. It's really pigmented and pretty, but it's just so gold. Like, I can't justify contouring with that. I can't put that all over my face. It's way, way too metallic. But it does make a really lovely blush. It makes a lovely blush in the summer. So let me just, I don't know why I'm using this one brush. It's because I cleaned it and it fell out of the container. So that's why it's sitting right here. And I think a gold, like a really gold blush is really, really pretty, especially with a tan. You just have to kind of blend it in because it can look a little harsh when it's pure gold, but can you see that? No, that's really, really metallic, right? Can you imagine putting that all over your face? That'd be horrible. It's bad enough even just right there because I put way too much on, but I wanted you to see. It's a really, really pretty blush, but it's not for contouring. It's not for putting on your nose. Don't put it on your forehead. It's just way, way too metallic. And a lot of bronzers I find have that crazy metallic quality. And I feel like I gotta even it up. Pretty, but a bronzer it is not. The last two, and I saved the best for last. This first one is from Laura Gellar. It's the Bronze and Brighten in the shade Regular. It's kind of destroyed because I, swirl a brush all over it, but it has, it's like one of those veined baked mineral products. This is wonderful. This is just amazing. I can't recommend this enough because it doesn't have any glitter in it at all. It has a slight, oh, yes, it does. I'm lying. Just kidding. But it's so fine that you really can hardly even see it. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And I think it would work for every skin tone, but just like I said, if you have a different skin tone than me, then you have to be careful and use a little bit of a lighter hand. Like I can pack on bronzer because I'm not very fair. I don't know what the light makes my color look like, but I'm not very fair and right now I'm quite tan. So I can really pack on the bronzer. This is what this one looks like. You can see it's a lot more brown than the rest of them I showed, and that's what I love about it. I absolutely love this bronzer. Like, love this bronzer. And it's that one on the bottom. Now look at that one, how brown it is. Just you can see the slight golden shimmer, but look, metallic gold, really golden, gold, gold, and then orange. Do you see the difference? Like that is a true bronze color to me. Like that's what a tan looks like. That's the color I get when I get tan. I get brown. I don't get metallic gold. Um, this I think would be great for all skin tones because even if you didn't want to put this all over because you felt like it was too dark and too brown for you, like if you were very kind of rosy undertoned, this would be a great contouring color. I absolutely love this bronzer. When this runs out, it's just a tiny little one because I got it in a set of 3. Um, I can almost guarantee you I will buy the full size. This is just wonderful. I mean, you can use it for contouring. You can use it all over your face. You could use it in the summer. You can use it in the winter. I find in the winter you want your bronzers to be a little bit more matte because you don't necessarily feel as comfortable being so kind of glittery. Well, I do, but that's just me. But most people don't. So, I mean, you can use this all year long. If you're, more fair, use a lighter hand. If you're very, very tan in the summer, you can use a heavier hand and it will still work. Like this bronzer, I can still wear. Even though I'm tan, I can still wear this bronzer. Most of the other ones, really, I can't. Just for kind of contouring. But I love that bronzer. Last one is I think the cheapest item it's definitely the cheapest item I had. And it's probably, if I had to say, it's like my holy grail bronzer. I had any idea how much I was gonna love this bronzer, I would have bought 20 of them. And this is the bronzer from the blushed and bronzer duo from e.l.f. That's what the package looks like. Sure you've seen it, nice and sleek, nice big package. I love this bronzer. I mean, this is a great duo. The blush is amazing too, but let's just focus on the bronzer. It's obviously this thing right here. Just look at it. Now, you can see quite a prominent glitter in it, which I really don't usually like that much glitter. It's a lot. The blush you can see has a lot of glitter too. It's just a very glittery duo. But the color of this bronzer is just wonderful. Like, look at it compared to my skin tone. You can see it would still be noticeable. It would still be a really nice, deep contour color for me. Like it still works. But if you used, say, like a stippling brush, like a nice, really fluffy brush, you could get a super light application that would work for a much more fair skin tone. This is just a beautiful color. It's a beautiful bronzer. I think it's probably my favorite of the ones I've showed you now. And I have one more I just remembered, but I can't locate it. And that's Warmth from Bare Minerals, which is fabulous. And I highly recommend it if you've never touched it or seen it. I highly recommend going to Sephora and swatching it because it's really excellent, but I don't have it, so I'm not showing it. Anyway, this is probably, aside from the Warmth, which I really do love, definitely my favorite out of my current collection. And, that always changes, but I just love it. And when you look at it, it looks really scary. And, oh, I just dropped it. It looks really, really scary and intense. It kind of looks like dirt, like mud. But it's just beautiful. I just love it. Like, I love it. And that's it right there on the bottom. And you can see the two that I really like are the really dark, kind of brown based bronzers. And I suppose that's because I'm a little bit darker. But I think it's also just because, to me, that's what a bronzer is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look metallic-y, or super gold. And you can see this, how orange this um, first Avon one is, which, like I said, was for years my holy grail. You can see now it's quite orange. And I don't know if you can tell the difference to how much of this one has actually oxidized and turned orange as it's been sitting on me. but I promise it will do it on your face. But anyway, these two down here are much more brown based. And I just put a really heavy swatch on. But I mean, if you've applied this with a brush and you blend it out, it doesn't look like a patch of dirt on your face. Like, it blends out. It looks natural, but it just looks like a natural suntan. Like, to me, that's my favorite. Like I said, you can use for contouring, a natural looking contour. A metallic golden or like a bright orange contour is not natural. A nice, warm chocolate brown color is a natural contour color. I had to stop because I just caught a glimpse of myself. I need to apologize if I look like a big grease boil. Not boil, a big grease ball. I'm not a big grease ball. I'm a big sweat ball, and I'm sorry, but I've explained this before in videos. First of all, my filming light is just a menace to society. It's horrible. Like, that light kills me. I wish I could film in the dark and you'd be able to see. That light's horrible. And as soon as I turn it off, I will be like 30 degrees cooler. Second of all, where I plug my computer in, right over here, is where my air conditioner gets plugged in, and they can't be plugged in together. Therefore, when I film videos, it is extremely hot. Although it's 9 o'clock at night, I'm still sweating. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I know it's nasty, but whatever. It's the summer. I guess I'll just go through them really, really quickly. This is the Avon True Color Bronzer in Beachy. This is the Avon Smooth Minerals Bronzer in Bronze. This is, what is that? Oh, that's the Stun Bunny Bronzer from Too Faced. This right here is Park Avenue Princess from Tarte. This is the Riviera Bronzer from Serious Skincare. This is the Bronze and Brighten from Gellar in the shade Regular. And then this is the e.l.f. Bronzer blended out from the Blushed and Bronzing Duo. Can't believe I remembered all that. So yeah, if you need to know anything else about those bronzers, please let me know. Tell me if you have a bronzer that you really, really want to try. I just actually ordered a bronzer today from online. It's like a bronzing gel, and I'm very, very excited to try it. So I'll probably show you that in a video. And that's it. I have to stop talking. This is probably going to be really long. Peace out.